Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I wanted to showcase a team to all those who are still looking to hit legend. That team being Altaria, Registeel, and Water Gun Lantern. Not much to say about this team except Altaria is just like the ultimate generalist, just wins so many neutral matchups, zero shield. So that being said, let's get into the battles. So right off the bat we lead our Altaria into his Mantine. This isn't our right matchup for Altaria. Ice Beam can be troublesome, so I actually try to catch it on my Registeel. I only catch an Aerial Ace, but that's fine. Totally nice catching some energy there. I mean, Registeel and Lantern can just one-shot the Mantine, so I kind of wanted to see if I could flip switch here. He comes in with a Quagsire. Now, luckily, Quagsires don't really run Mud Bomb, so this is a better matchup for Registeel. I'm pretty sure that Quagsire will still not outpace me to this next Focus Blast, but at least it doesn't come out with a lot of energy. So yeah, he does outpace me just by like one turn, I think. I'm gonna let this go. I don't want him to. If I force the next shield, he might get to Stone Edge. So I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna farm it down. Now I do have my Lantern in the back, and his hard counter for a Lantern or Electric Lead is already out of the way, so he might have something neutral to it in the back. So I'm gonna get use both these Sky Attacks, get one of the shields, and in case he's running Ice Beam, I want to shield this. I feel like probably isn't, and he might just be baiting, but it's just a safer option. I go for a catch, able to get that catch too. Now this is kind of a risky catch, because if he had like a Venusaur in the back or something, I might be kind of screwed. He didn't. He had an Annihilape, so I'm able to just let off these Surfs, because I have so much fast move pressure with these Water Guns and Dragon Breath that all I need is a Surf. He realizes that's game, and he top lefts. Next up is Skarmory, lead. Not that great of a lead. So I swapped into my Registeel, and he actually comes in with Quagsire again. This one running Aqua Tail only. So same thing as last time, I was going to use these Focus Blasts, hoping that I can maybe outpace it to the next Focus Blast, so I can get a shield at least in this matchup. He actually shields that first one. That being said, I may consider shielding this to get this damage off, but then again, I could just come in with Altaria and Sky Attack it. So I'm going to save that shield for Lantern in the back. So he's going to Stone Edge me. I'm just going to let this go because I just don't have that much play against Skarmory with my Altaria. It would, he actually, oh, okay, so good play by him. He makes a catch. That's cool. Kind of like what I wasn't sure about over farming, but yeah, he made a good catch there. If I would have thrown right away, I think that he wouldn't be able to catch, because I don't really want that Quagsire alive, honestly. But he makes a critical error, and he Brave Birds me at like 10 or something. So that way I can just shield this and then farm it all the way down. I have 2 Surfs for that Quagsire already loaded, so I can just farm this down. He's gonna come in with probably his Quagsire here. Now he's only at like 4 energy, I think, right now. So he's not gonna be at the Stone Edge quite yet. I throw this, he lets that, or he shields that. I try to throw on good timing again, but he actually swaps into his Chargerbug, so he's just catching on me all over. Luckily, Chargerbug is something I think my team can handle. I can just shield this up and then throw the Sky Attack, and that Quagsire has no chance of farming down my Altaria. So even if I do take a little bit of damage, like it's just not going to be able to farm me down, but just don't do enough damage to Altaria. So I'm able to get a lot of farm on it. He could have maybe farmed up a little bit more, I'm not sure. I think I was not quite at the move, but I was 3 away from a Surf. He was 2 away, so I outpaced him just by one turn. Able to get that Surf off and defeat that Pokemon and take the win. Next up is a Talonflame. Now Talonflame, I mean, it has a really hard-hitting nuke in Brave Bird, but I like to not shield these actually. I like to not shield them. And he comes in with Crest, so I have a hard wall of that thing. I want to get as much energy on my Altaria as possible. And then come in with Registeel. I mean, Crest could have 100 energy, and it would still stand no chance of defeating Crest. I didn't want to let him get a move off, though. That would have been awful. And if I waited too long to swap out, it kind of throws off our clock a little bit. So I don't know how that will play out next season. It'll be interesting to see the 50-second. I mean, it's only 10 seconds, but I think it's going to make a big difference. Now, he was farming to like infinity here. I was thinking he was going to shield. He didn't, and it was really nice that I was able to swap out right when I did, because I have a good answer to it in Altaria and Lantern. He comes in with a Poliwrath. Now I've seen this team. I think Rise made this team that he's using, and yeah, but he scalds me. I actually opt not to throw that Surf because I want to, I don't want to make our switch timers too off. I'm going to need a Sky Attack anyway, so I didn't want to go for that Surf. I could throw the Sky Attack. He's going to let that go. Now, unfortunately, I was 5 off. If I was 4 off, I could have thrown that right away, but I didn't want to I wanted to throw on good timing just in case he gets to, like, he baits me and gets to a Brave Bird. Maybe I can farm it down because it'll be debuffed, but he Brave Birds me here and I'm able to outpace it to the next move, take that win. Focus Blast is going to do plenty enough damage to it, and there we go. Next up, an Empoleon lead, tough for Altaria, so I'm going to go into my Registeel. And this is still a little bit of a tough matchup for Registeel, so I'm going to actually opt to shield the first Hydro Cannon. I thought that he was going to stay in here and get the Zap Cannon debuffs, but he decides not to. He comes in with Giratina. Now this is kind of flippable. It doesn't do that much damage, that Zap Cannon, but the lock-ons, you see, actually got it to 50% health, so able to, I think I got the debuff too, so able to live that Shadow Ball pretty easily, get this next one off. Now if he doesn't shield this, I have the opportunity to farm it down, but he does shield it, so good play by him. Looks like he wants to keep Switch. I was thinking he probably had a double Dragon back there, so I really wanted to get Switch, and I mean, Lantern just walls it. I mean, it is Water Gun, so it's not quite as good, but able to get shields down here. Almost able to make it to another move, so he actually shields it, or he actually throws his move. I was close enough, but yeah, he gets the buff there, unfortunately. And he decides to save his Giratina. He's going to come into his Empoleon. This is a perfect opportunity for me to win this game by coming with Lantern, getting energy on this thing, and I want to take it out before I take another charge move. So he is going to come in. Okay, he's going to let that go. He has to let it go. And he has Sableye in the back. Able to... What was I doing here? I guess I don't know why I didn't throw that Surf. Let's see. I don't know. Didn't I have a Surf? I don't know why I didn't throw that Surf. I should have thrown that Surf though, but still able to throw that Sky Attack. And he wasn't able to make it to another foul play, so he is not going to be able to one-shot me with that Shadow Ball and able to take that win. I'm just dumbfounded why I didn't throw that Surf. I don't know. Next up, we have Steelix here. Now, he had a Victreebel lead, great lead for Altaria, but he swaps into this thing. And this is kind of the trouble with Steelix, that it can just, his Dragon Tail, which is hard hitting, but also his Psychic Fang, which is also hard, or debuffs me, so it makes the Dragon Tails even hit harder. So I shield the second one. I want to keep Switch here, really want to keep Switch here. It's such a dominant matchup, and he probably has a Basti in the back is what I was thinking. Unfortunately, I'm not quite able to live that, and he's able to take Switch, but I do have a shield. So I'm able to come in and farm this Steelix down, actually. He gets to another Psychic Fang, which is really, really unfortunate. These Razor Leafs are now going to do a lot more damage, and it takes 2 moves anyways to kill this thing. So I was kind of upset about him getting to that Psychic Fang. It's still a winnable game, I think, though. I do want to farm up, and I don't really need to lead with energy if I'm thinking it's a Basti, but I'm not sure exactly what it is, so I wanted to farm up just a little bit more. I actually threw after 2. That way I just... the damage was going to register on 1 anyways after 1 lock-on, so I may as well throw the second one. And it is a Basti in the back. I've seen this team a few times, so I Focus Blast it. And I'm going to come in with my Altaria. Altaria, although being totally walled by Basti, Basti's super weak and has a chance to win this game. If the Moonblast does enough, I think Moonblast will do enough. And yeah, although it's resisted and super bulky, it's still good enough. Next up is a Gligar lead. I like to be the Altaria in this situation. And that's the thing about Altaria, as I said in the intro, it's just, it wins so many neutral matchups. Wins this, wins Lickitung, wins just, Dragon Breath is such a good move. So he's going to throw his next Aerial Ace, and I'm able to make it to, let's see, is he able to farm me down? No. But I'm okay with this. He's going to throw his Aerial Ace, and I can just come right in with this thing. He's not able to make it to a dig. He's going to come in with Jellicent, actually. So, I don't know. Not a very good play by him, in my opinion. Although it is, it does resist the Water Gun's Thunderbolt. It's just very strong. So, he's only able to make it to likely a Shadow Ball and a Surf. So I was thinking about shielding it, but I was like, I just want to save my shields for Reggie. Especially because Gligar was in the lead, so he has a good answer to Reggie. Likely he's going to be slightly weak to Reggie in the back. He comes in with his own Registeel. I'm going to Thunderbolt it. And this is going to ensure that one Focus Blast is going to take it out. And this game is pretty much a wrap. I have Shield. Even if he catches, it's like I could still live one move, you know. For some reason I didn't shield that. I think I was talking to someone actually, and I just forgot to shield it. It wasn't even a Zap Cannon, so that worked out. If that was a Focus Blast, I actually may have lost this game if he caught. But yeah, ever since I let that first Zap Cannon go, even if he caught it, it's still going to be a one game for me. And able to farm down this Gligar, he's not going to be able to make it to a dig, and there we go. Next up, we have Altaria into Annihilape. Good matchup again for me. Now he has a Mantine, so I'm going to farm up to, I think it was only at 5. He could go to 7, but I really don't want to risk him just throwing Air Release right away and messing up the shot clock or the timer. So I just go for swapping right away. It's just, I don't know, it's not worth the 4 extra Dragon Breath you might get. I also wanted to go into Lantern instead of Reggie, because Reggie, like, you can get a shield from Annihilape when it comes in, but it's gonna be able to farm you down and get so much energy, and I just thought that didn't sound good. So this way I have a bunch of Water Gun pressure and Fast Move pressure, and Charge Move pressure. So I throw this first Surf, and if he's gonna try to farm me down, I'm gonna make it to another Surf. So he's either gonna have to shield this or try to sweep with what's in the back. He has a Sandslash in the back, so luckily it's Powder Snow. Shadow Claw, I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes, because I think Drill Run was still 2-shot. But I go for the debuff here, and I figure even if he lets this go, I have a full health Altaria in the back that I can just Dragon Breath it down. And I'm going to shield this up again. Try to get another shield here. And by this point, I'm thinking that he's going to outpace me to 2 more. That I'm going to have to try to catch something. So it's only 1 debuff, which will make my Altaria still not be able to stand a chance against it. So he's going to have to throw right before I got to the move, which seemed like a good time to catch. And yeah, I do catch. That way I can come in with this Focus Blast, and he top lefts. So nice catch there to seal the game. Next up is Skarmory. He stayed in with the Skarmory a little bit too long, which helped me get my Registeel, just get a lot of energy. And I can Zap Cannon this. Now if I get this debuff, he's going to have to either throw his energy or shield my next move. I'll make it to the next move. I do get the debuff. I've had really good luck with the debuffs here on my Registeel. I don't know why, but maybe it'll prepare me for a bunch of bad luck next season. Who knows? But yeah, he's double debuffed, so these Night Slashes, I think he's double. For sure 1 debuffed. These Night Slashes aren't going to do anything, and I have 2 shields on my Lantern, so as long as it's not like a grass in the back, I'm probably going to be able to win this game. I'm just going to tank all these Night Slashes and farm it down. There he was 1 away, and I wanted to get a little bit of energy start on my Lantern, so yeah, not that big of a deal though. Now if you know this matchup, it should just be 2 Surfs to take it out. So I throw this Surf, he baits me with the Power Up Punch, doing a lot of damage there. Now here I'm pretty sure he's at 7, but I was like, for some reason I think that Metagam learns Dynamic Punch, which is like 50 energy, which is still 8. So I don't know, I just thought maybe he had some kind of trick up his sleeve. So I did shield it. Still able to probably take this game though. Steel Wings just do nothing. Getting this Thunderbolt. And gonna come in with this thing. Oh yeah, so he was out of move. He was expecting me to swap, and if you actually saw what I did there, I clicked on it, but I waited 1 turn to click on it. That way if he were to click it right away to predict my catch, I wouldn't swap out. And then if I click it and click my move, hopefully I don't CMP tie it. So yeah, able to pull that one out. It was kind of a luck game. He thought I was gonna swap out right away, but I didn't. This is another reason why I like Altaria lead with the Lickitung. You win the Lickitung matchup in the zeros. And for me, I like to not really shield my lead typically. Sometimes I do, but I like to, especially with an Altaria lead, just kind of rely on getting energy on my Reggie, I mean up a shield, not up a shield, but up a energy. You're gonna get a shield and do a bunch of damage to anything that comes in. He actually lets me take switch here. Now I think I could have let Lickitung farm me down just a little bit more, which I should have done, but yeah, this Altaria or this Annihilape came in, got some good energy on me. I do shield correctly the Shadow Ball, which is nice. I'm able to just go straight Surf here, get some damage off on this thing. Even though this isn't gonna kill, I do get a shield, but I wanna get it weak enough so my Registeel doesn't really have to be on it. And if it is, I can just farm it down without using a move. He's at 5 here. I think that he's just at a Night Slash. Yeah, so I'm still able to farm this down. He comes in with a Wigglytuff. I throw this just so I can one-shot it when it comes in. I get the final shield, and yeah, having a Reggie on a Wigglytuff, you always want to be the Reggie. It's an awful spot for the Wigglytuff. Here, he leads Serperior and swaps in a Whiscash, which is interesting. He was just really weak to an Altaria lead. Now, Whiscash seems to not be as bad of a matchup as you think, especially if you get that Scald debuff. I mean, he didn't even get the debuffs, and it just seems like Dragon Breaths are doing nothing. So, yeah. He was so weak to this thing, he actually shielded that move. Now, I'm able to make it to a Moonblast here. I'm not going to knock it out, but that way he's only going to get to one more move. And I wanted to do that before he got to another potential Scald debuff. So I'm able to farm that down. He comes in with Azumarill. Now I have 2 good counters this in the back, so I'm going to swap out right away. Hoping that he comes in with his Serperior. I mean, you never want to be the Azu in that situation, so likely he was going to swap out to a Serperior because it's at least a decent matchup. And I'm going to actually opt to shield this first one. Go for the debuff here just because it's going to do plenty enough damage even though it's resisted. And I do get the debuff again. Like I was saying, I got really good luck with the debuffs here. He throws the Frenzy. Now, I mean, it's just me playing this out. If he leaves with a... well, he's never going to leave with an Aerial Ace, actually. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's just a dominant position for me. I can come right in this thing. I have a shield, and even though it's a Water Gun, I'm just going to be able to crush it. Poliwrath is a little bit of an interesting lead. This one is not Shadow, so the Icy one when it comes through won't quite do as much damage. I'm able to survive it easier. And he tries to catch. Now I'm not sure what I should do here, but I actually decide just to come in with Lantern. Even though this thing has Mudshot and Earthquake. Yeah, I really didn't have an answer for this thing. Cloudsire's is doing really good. I didn't want to throw my Surf quite yet because I wasn't going to kill, so I just opted to double shield this actually. Now I can get both shields here, and or he can let this go and go with a 2 shield advantage. He decides to do that. Luckily, I'm able to threaten this Poliwrath with a Thunderbolt. So I do that, and he falls for the bait. So he's gonna, what does he do? Scald me. Still able to make it to a Thunderbolt, but I mean, I can make it to double Surf here, so I just decided to do that. He lets it go, but yeah, able to make it to another Surf. I wasn't gonna make it to a Thunderbolt and a Surf, so I figured this is the safer play. He's gonna let this go. Comes in with a Gligar. Luckily, I have a bunch of energy on my Altaria. Now, we did lag there. I did lag there, so he was at the move. I was at the move too. If it didn't lag, I think I would have outpaced him. But yeah, able to survive that Aerial Ace. Catching the Aerial Ace wasn't a win con. Even if I threw before that, he would have just farmed me down and double digged me. So I really had to make a catch there. Now I'm able to Focus Blast this thing, and he's gonna have he can't farm me down at all, so he's gonna have to throw another move, and he can't double up either, so he can throw that Sky Attack and take the dub. Nice win there. Next up, another Empoleon lead. Like I did last time, I'm just gonna go into my Registeel, and I end up just double shielding this if I have to. Shielding up the first 2, because I can Zap Cannon debuff it. I actually go for the, interesting, I go for the Focus Blast. I guess that makes sense, because I think even debuff, she's going to need 2 Hydro Cannons no matter what. So he's going to throw that again. I actually shield this one again. And go go for the Focus Blast. Now, I'm pretty sure he can outpace me though to 2 more Hydro Cannons. So I have to try to catch, or maybe he's gonna try to swap out, see what I can do here. If nothing else, at least I can, oh yeah, there we go. He comes in with the Goodra. Now I'm gonna make sure I have a Zap Cannon on my Reggie, and then come in with this Pokemon, Altaria. Farm up enough so that a Sky Attack will kill, and then I can still threaten whatever comes in maybe. And yeah, there we go. Now he comes in with Empoleon. Unfortunately, I'm not able to make it to another Sky Attack. I should have let the Goodra take me down more. He's gonna throw right away, because if I came in with Reggie, I could kill it, and all that energy would go to waste. Pretty much just able to Water Gun this down. He's gonna throw another Hydro Cannon. It does actually a lot of damage. He comes in with Wigglytuff, and so I should have swapped into Registeel right away so I can debuff it, but I actually don't. Able to throw one, then the Surf, then the Surf to make sure I don't take that charm damage, and then I'm able to survive this last Steel Wing. A lot happened in that game. He's able to survive the Steel Wing and able to take it out. So somehow I was able to pull that one out. Nice win there. Next up, another Victreebel lead with a Basti swap in. So you're thinking it's another one of those toxic teams. I mean, Registeel, I just like Registeel more here. I'm pretty sure it's just, let's see how much this Focus Blast does. You could go into Lantern, but I feel like that could get a little dicey. So yeah, there's even potential I could farm this down and leave with a move. That way he's gonna land this, but he's also not gonna get any farm on his Victreebel, which isn't a big deal of having a little bit of energy on Victreebel. But yeah, I'm gonna throw this. He's gonna do a good chunk of damage, and he's gonna farm me down. So I'm gonna come right back in with Altaria. He's got a Wigglytuff. Although Wigglytuff is able to charm through this, right, and live, I have 2 shields, and I can end up just Altaria, just Sky Attacking it, or depending how weak it gets, even just Dragon Breathing it down. Now I did shield a Icy Wind, but I mean I gotta shield something, right? So even if it was a guaranteed Icy Wind, I still would have shielded it. Able to get to this next Surf, and that's gonna end up putting it just in Dragon Breath range if I have to. I have a shield, and nothing that the Victreebel is gonna throw me is gonna be threatening at all. It probably won't even get to a move. I end up just Sky Attacking it. There's many ways I could have just ended up farming it down if I wanted to. Many ways I could have won that game, but able to take that win, and that is gonna wrap up the video. If you guys do hit Legend with this team, let me know. I want to see if you guys have any luck with it. It worked very well for me, so I want to hear how it does for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.